EastEnders legend makes TV return to support former co-star. Butcher's siblings reunited. EastEnders legend Sid Owen made a surprise return to TV screens yesterday evening, as he appeared on Dancing on Ice to support his former co-star Charlie Brooks. Charlie, who is known for her iconic role as Albert Square villain Janine Butcher, is currently competing in the 2025 series of Dancing on Ice, and this week's show saw her reminiscing about the 90s. Being cast in EastEnders at 17 was amazing, she said during her VT. Big friendships were formed and Sid Owen is one of my really good friends. Very much like my off-screen brother. Charlie and her professional skating partner Eric Radford were then seen arriving at a pub and being cheekily greeted by Sid, who joked, "Hey, get out of my pub." Former co-stars Charlie and Sid went on to share their memories of the 90s, with Sid joking that, "I had long hair and I was out raving. It was about 98 when I got into EastEnders. I can remember walking onto set being absolutely terrified." Although Sid added that you would never know about Charlie's nerves, saying that she always knew what she was doing, Charlie replied with "I was faking it." Going on to show support for Charlie ahead of her routine, Sid said, "My only advice is just to have fun with it, and let's hope it don't all go Pete Tong." Charlie went on to perform her 90s-inspired routine to Common People by Pulp alongside stand-in partner Brendan Hatfield, and achieved her highest score of the series with 32 points. Charlie was last seen on screen as Janine in December 2022, when Janine was arrested after her brother Ricky reported her to the police. It was later revealed that she had been sentenced to 5 years in prison for her various crimes. Sid returned as Ricky as part of Janine's exit storyline. Having last been seen in 2012, after Janine's arrest, he returned to his home in Germany alongside Janine's daughter Scarlett, with Ricky having been granted custody of her. Sid's cameo on Dancing on Ice follows last week's guest appearance by Coronation Street icon Malcolm Hebden, who returned to the Corrie set to support Chesney Brown actor Sam Aston.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Trailer TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.
EastEnders fans uncover massive clues that confirm TV legend will die. James By, who plays Martin Fowler, sparked speculation by removing EastEnders from his Instagram bio. Fans noticed the change and are wondering if it means Martin might not survive the explosion. Pictures taken from the EastEnders set showing the aftermath of the explosion have already confirmed at least one fatality, with floral tributes seen having been left outside the Vic Barrel store. One fan posted on X, "Guys, I'm scared for Martin. James By has taken EastEnders out of his Instagram bio and it was definitely there before." On Reddit, fans have linked more clues suggesting Martin will be killed off, pointing out that his partner Ruby Allen and ex-wives Stacey Slater and Sonia Fowler are all leaving soon. Another said, "The 3 people closest to Martin are leaving. There are flowers by his stall. He's been talking about his legacy. Celebrated his 40th by mistake. And now this. He's dying." Another suggested the mix-up about Martin's age could be a clue, saying, "Killing the Og baby on the 40th anniversary, just shy of his own 40th, would be memorable." However, fans think James removing EastEnders from his bio is a misdirect. One said, "I hope it's a troll," while others compared it to Jamie Borthwick and Kelly Bright's past tactics. James was recast in the role of Martin when the character returned to Walford after a 7-year break in 2014. James Alexandru previously played Martin between 1996 and 2007. The character originated with child actor John Peyton Price from 1985 to 1996. And the character was the first baby to be born on the show. Last year, James Alexandru spoke of handing the mantle over to James By during an interview on Johnny Seifert's Secure the Insecure podcast. He said, "I found out James By got the job, got his number from Natalie Cassidy, and texted him. I'm happy for you, have fun with Martin, and you've done a great job." The two Martins ended up meeting on the Albert Square set when James Alexandru made a surprise return to the show, but this time behind the camera. He said, "I shadowed as a director, and James By noticed me. It was a strange but nice moment, as the only thing connecting us was the character Martin Fowler."
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Trailer TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.
EastEnders star reveals all on return of Force of Nature TV legend. Jamie Winston takes on the iconic role of Peggy Mitchell, portrayed by Dame Barbara Windsor, as EastEnders explores the Mitchell family's past. Phil, struggling with psychosis, converses with both his mother and a younger version of himself while battling depression. This leads to major discoveries as the show approaches its 40th anniversary. Jamie expresses her excitement about playing Peggy, praises EastEnders for its handling of mental health storylines, and reflects on the show's enduring legacy. How did it feel to step back into Peggy Mitchell's shoes? Peggy Mitchell is iconic, everyone knows her, and it's such an honor to reprise the role. At first, it felt exciting, but as I read the script, it became even more meaningful. We grew up with Peggy in our front rooms, so it's overwhelming because she's such a strong, amazing character. How did you get into character again? To play Peggy, I re-watched her iconic moments and separated my experience with Barbara Windsor from portraying Peggy. When the wig goes on, I feel warmth and confidence, as if Barbara is giving me the go-ahead. Everyone goes quiet, and as I look in the mirror, the giggle comes out, and Peggy is there. Peggy is one of Albert Square's most loved characters. What do you think made her and Barbara's performance so iconic? Barbara was a phenomenal actress. Peggy was a force of nature, a bundle of motherhood who came into our homes. Understanding Peggy's past was key. The flashback episode showed why she was feisty, proud of her boys, and protective, all shaped by her experiences. She's a true representation of a woman who endured domestic violence and had to protect her children. Did you enjoy exploring a new chapter in Peggy's past? Albeit through Phil's hallucinations, it was magical to take those elements and create something new. Peggy was one of the first female characters running the show on screen. It's rare to play such an iconic character with fresh material, rather than just doing a biopic or recreating history. This was new material, filling in the gaps for viewers, and it felt very exciting. If you could choose any events in Peggy's life to flashback to, what might they be? I'd love to reenact the Peggy and Pat slap, but it's been amazing to reenact the missing pieces of the puzzle. I feel lucky and honored. Your flashback is part of a mental health storyline. What about EastEnders makes it so good at tackling these issues? The show handles men's mental health carefully, with Steve McFadden's impressive performance and a thoughtful approach to the storyline. This isn't just a storyline, it happens to the tough guys. It's bold for a UK soap to address this now, and we need more of it on television. What do you think the secret is to EastEnders' longevity? The show isn't afraid to tackle tough topics. It grabs people's hearts and makes us feel at home. When preparing for a role, I usually listen to a soundtrack, but for this one, all I could hear was the doof, doof. EastEnders delivers hard-hitting, important drama. I have so much respect for the actors and production. It's a well-oiled machine, and what they achieve in such a short time is incredible. What do you think Barbara Windsor would make of EastEnders reaching the landmark 40th? She'd be so proud and blown away. I remember talking to her during Babs and before EastEnders. Barbara was struggling to fit in. Then, EastEnders came along and made her the dame she became. It held a special place in her heart. And hopefully, we'll get her approval with the little black bird on the window.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Spoiler TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại bạn.
Why EastEnders star Ricky Thakra cried over Shabnam reaction. I remember feeling like I'd failed. Thakra joined the soap in 2014, taking over the role of Shabnam Masood from previous actor Zara Ahmadi. Shabnam was known for her strong morals, determined attitude and judgmental tendencies. However, speaking on an upcoming episode of Lacey Turner's We Started Here podcast, Thakra reveals that not everyone was a fan of the character's no-nonsense mindset. She recalls, "When I started on EastEnders and everyone hated Shabnam, I felt like I'd failed. I remember crying in my bed, thinking, how am I going to get through this? The hate was overwhelming." Despite the strong viewer reaction, the actor recalls how she overcame the negativity by realizing she had nothing to lose. She says, "The next day, I felt free. I thought I'd failed, but I hadn't. I'd created something impactful. It felt like failure, but then I realized I had nothing to lose, which was freeing." She continues, "And to fail in front of millions of people, which was in my head. I thought, well, I failed in front of, like, 5 million people who watched it last night. Well, how bad can it get now?" Throughout her time in Walford, Shabnam's struggles made her relatable, and by her 2016 exit, viewers had grown fond of her, hoping for a return with her daughter, Jade.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Spoiler TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn.